It is now my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker for the evening. Mr. Greg Douglas serves as the Vice President of Construction Innovation at Myron Construction Company. Greg was recently honored as the 2015 Northeast Wisconsin Technical College Distinguished Alumnus and has been actively involved in the NWTC Architectural Advisory Committee for many years, assisting in curriculum review and establishing joint programs which provides financial rewards to NWTC students. After graduating from NWTC, Greg began his career in Texas and returned to Northeast Wisconsin in 1983 after he thought better of his move, and has been with the Myron Construction for the past 16 years. Beyond work, he serves his community in many different volunteer capacities. While Greg is extremely proud of his professional accomplishments, his greatest joy in life is his family for their inspiration, advice, and support. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Greg Douglas.
Thank you, Doctor. Congratulations. You have all journeyed from so many different places to be here together. I see mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, and daughters, all here to celebrate your graduation, and I am so thankful to be a part of it. I just want to take one quick break and a shout out to my wife. You are so beautiful. I just promised her that I would be famous someday and I would be singing on stage at the Resch Center. Thank you. Thank you. At NWTC, the slogan is Start Here, Go Anywhere. It has been 35 years since I graduated from NWTC, and they are right. You can go anywhere from here. I would like to share my story about what I have done since graduating, and more importantly, why I believe you can go anywhere with your lives. Okay, so here's my story. When I graduated from high school, I just really wanted my parents to be proud of me. They raised 5 boys, and they didn't have a lot to offer, so I chose to go into school in architecture. I chose NWTC to be close to my job and to streamline my education. It just didn't seem to make sense to me to go to school for 2 years before I got to get engaged in architecture, so I chose NWTC. After I got done with school, as Doctor said, I moved to Texas to find work, and I did think better of myself, and I moved back to Green Bay after a couple of years, really to raise a family, because there's no better place than Wisconsin to do that. My daughter Lindsay was born, and at that point I decided I wanted to become registered as an architect to be the best dad that I could be. I studied every night. I remember feeding Lindsay and promising myself that before my son Justin was born, I would be a registered architect. And I remember my boss saying I couldn't be an architect because somehow of my degree at NWTC. So I studied hard, and when my son was born, 2 months later I became registered. 3 years after that I became his boss. And that really taught me a couple things: how to be determined and how to be a good leader. When my kids started school, I was a founding principal in an architectural firm in De Pere that still exists today. When Lindsay and Justin got braces, I was hired by Myron Construction to start their design-build business. I met my beautiful wife, Inez, and the business had grown to over $100 million a year. And I started the pre-construction services at Myron, sustainability and virtual construction, which didn't exist in the marketplace. When I married Inez, I became a board member for AI Wisconsin, a judge for Engineering News Record, and I joined the Architectural Advisory Board at NWTC. My granddaughter Emmy was born last year. I became the Vice President of Construction Innovation. I lead all the sustainable services and virtual construction at Myron Construction. We have over 125 LEED accredited professionals. We design and build some of the most sustainable buildings in the world. In our virtual construction services, we coordinate and build over $400 million a year in buildings using the technology that was really born at NWTC. Basically, I have gone everywhere and done just about everything with my career. I currently perform strategic master planning for large companies like Kimberly-Clark and Gulfstream throughout North America. Now, as I look out the crowd, I see so much potential. I believe you can go anywhere today. The skills you have learned at NWTC will get you a job, so don't worry about that. A few years ago, there were 7 applicants for every job. Currently, there are 1.5 applicants for every job, and unemployment is 3.6%. Most employers, I believe, prefer technical school graduates because they have the skills needed to be productive immediately without a lot of on-the-job training. So congratulations, you will land a job, or I'm sure you already have. The more important question is, how do you become successful in life? I have heard people say to be successful, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Many people also measure success by what they have done. I don't believe that for a moment. The people I admire the most are successful because of who they are, not what they know, who they know, or what they have done. So let's talk about a moment about who we are, what we have in common, and why I believe you will all succeed in life. While we come from diverse backgrounds, ages, and circumstances, I believe who we are is probably very similar. For example, how many of you drove to school with your BMW and had your parents' credit card to party with on the weekends? How many of you were given a new BMW as a graduation present? No? Okay. How many of you were given an executive position in the family business and a membership at the country club? No. So let's try again. Let's talk about what makes us special. Like me, how many of you had parents that couldn't speak English when they started school? My mother could not. How many of you were the first in your family to graduate from college, like I was? Okay, good. Like me, how many of you worked while you went to school to support yourselves or other family members? Yes. Okay. What makes us special at NWTC is grit. It's the toughness that comes from being tempered by life's challenges that can only come from working class people like us. Mike McCarthy uses this term to often describe Packer teams that will themselves to win when the odds are against them. This grit is the special ingredient that we all take with us on our journey through life, and I am so honored to be standing with you, wearing the same robe, sharing the same grit. So let's talk about the gifts that I cherish most. I thank God He has blessed my life with so many amazing people. They each gave me gifts that shaped my lives, and I'm sure you have people like that as well. My wife, Inez, taught me about love and appreciation. My dad gave me the gift of storytelling and a sense of humor. My mom instilled a sense of pride and work ethic. Lindsay, Justin, and Brandon all gave me a sense of purpose as a parent. My mentors at work taught me to take risks in people, and my friends and coworkers taught me about dedication and humility. Please, please think of the people that you should thank for the blessings they have given you. If those people are out here with you, take a moment often to thank them for helping you get to where you're at. In closing, here's my advice to achieving a successful life. If you truly want success, be the best you that you can be. And just remember why you studied to be an architect or a nurse or a mechanic or an electrician. Be a son or daughter that your parents can be proud of. Be a loving husband or wife. Be a devoted mother or father. And be a dedicated friend. Finally, spend a lifetime showing everyone what you can do with your life. Congratulations. You should be so proud of who you are and excited about where you will go in the future.